Good evening, Hermits. I'm Nick Campanero, welcoming you to St. Augustine Prep Rugby versus Georgetown.
I'm Gabe Clay.
And I'm Dante McGee.
Yeah, here we are.
Should be a great game today. Jack Del Monte will take the first kickoff.
Yeah.
So Georgetown playing St. Augustine. It's always a close matchup between the two. St. Augustine has had a hot season. They're looking to keep it up with another win today.
Yeah, Georgetown, not very great start. Only one win on the season. Let's see.
A knock-on for Georgetown.
Luke Huber.
Oh, and a high tackle.
Yeah, tackle.
Nick Scafidi takes it, and now his brother will do the tap and go.
Little Sonny.
Maybe not.
Let's see what they're going to do here. Looks like they're kicking to touch with Jack Del Monte. Ooh. Good kick right there.
Very good kick.
Good field position.
And a scrum here. I believe it is St. Augustine scrum.
Where's it a line out?
It is a line out.
It's looking
Line
like they
out.
opted for the line out.
Yeah. Good choice.
Nick Scafidi will throw it in. Tipped and caught by St. Augustine. And now a huge ruck. Luke Huber. Hard to tackle him, especially close to the goal line.
Ooh. Georgetown strips it. St. Augustine on defense now.
And they're just going to get it out of their own territory. Peter Ernest will run with it, and he's got speed.
Ooh. Luke Huber tips it. Hangs on to it, though.
Big John McAllister
Ooh.
breaking tackles.
Still going. Will not
Almost
go down.
impossible to get him down. They finally do.
Ooh. TJ.
Hard tackle.
TJ Burns. Jacked up. Oh.
He wasn't out. He wasn't out.
PJ Dagman tackled out of bounds. Or hold on. Seems to be a penalty.
May have been an advantage there.
Yeah.
It's looking like St. Augustine has opted for another line out.
Yeah, let's see if they can win this one.
Another win for the Hermits. Hopefully they don't lose possession in Georgetown territory like they did last time. Del Monte with the fake. And a nice
Ooh.
dump off. Physical, and it's out of bounds. We'll see who touched it last. It looked like St. Augustine.
Oh, we have a penalty. St. Augustine penalty. It'll be a, looks like it'll be a scrum. Maybe not.
Redo.
Another kick.
Another kick, yes.
Kick to touch. St. Augustine. Looks like they're at right about the 5-meter line. Let's see if they can get it in here for the try.
Another line out. It seems like they're really confident in their line outs compared to their scrums.
Yeah. I mean, PJ Degman has that height. Big guy. Ooh.
Nice dump off to McAllister. They keep it left into a crowd of defenders. Look like a high tackle. Uncalled.
Luke Huber gets tackled.
If you're St. Augustine, you can't lose the ball here. You're so close to the try line, just like last time, but they lost it before.
They got to hang on here. Oh, John McAllister. St. Augustine's really close here.
Powerful running, just short. They just need one more push here. They're going to get it, it looks like.
Oh.
No, just short again. And the try
There
is
it is.
scored for P.J. Degnan. 5-0 Hermits, pending an extra point try from Jack Del Monte.
Yeah. Let's see if you
Max
can knock
McCoy
this.
jogging out with the broken collarbone. He's missing the game today. And it's good from Del Monte. 7-0 Hermits.
Yeah, couldn't see that one on camera, but Jack Del Monte was able to knock it down.
It was a phenomenal kick.
Yes.
And Georgetown tried to block it too, but Del Monte got a lot of height on the ball. And it looked like another high tackle for the Hermits. Again, not called. A lot of physicality so far.
Ooh.
Great move from Jurgen. Penalty. Scafidi takes advantage. Gives it to his brother. A lot of confusion on the field. The Hermits take advantage. They're going to bring the Hermits back behind the center line.
Ooh, Jack Del Monte. What a kick. Kick to touch again. Another line out for St. Augustine.
Hermits line out. They haven't missed the line out yet today. They have it close to the goal line.
Ooh.
But now Georgetown finally gets a stop, and they needed that one. They try to boot it, but St. Augustine blocks it. Georgetown may have knocked it on.
Ooh. Oh, St. Augustine has the ball. Oh.
And a near great opportunity for Del Monte. One-on-one, and he's really hard to tackle because of his quickness. But he couldn't hold on to the ball.
Oh, looks like it's Georgetown ball.
And St. Augustine gets it. Danny Francis.
Unstoppable. I mean, the speed of Danny Francis and his physique. Very strong.
Jurgen getting pushed back. Callister getting wrapped up by two guys. Doesn't get much there. And a knock on. They're going to say it went backwards, though. This is a great opportunity for the Hermits. They have it pretty close to try territory. Up 7-0. They're trying to extend the lead now.
Yeah. Great field territory for the Hermits. Let's see what they're going to do here. Tap and go to Luke Huber. Just gets stopped short of the goal line.
St. Augustine really close now. They got to give it to one of their bigger guys to try and push and muscle their way into the try line. And that's what they're going to do. Huber's just short. Degnan has it. And they're right on the line. They're going to give
Looks like
St.
they
Augustine
scored
the
it.
try.
P.J. Degman, his second try of the game. Just over 10 minutes here in the first half. 12-0 now.
This is going to be a hard kick for Del Monte, but he's a good kicker, so we'll see what happens. It looked like the kick was no good. Hard to tell.
Yeah, not too sure
I
about that.
believe they said it was no good.
Ooh,
Degnan can't hold on. And
John.
McAllister will have it.
Yep.
St. Augustine slowly but surely giving it to their bigger guys to just get a few yards each time. And they're winning these rucks, which is huge for them. But now there's a penalty on St. Augustine, probably hands in the ruck.
Yep. Oh. Not straight on the line out for Georgetown. Let's see what'll happen here. It's going to be a scrum.
I believe this is the first scrum of the game.
Yeah. St. Augustine scrum.
And now Georgetown has advantage. They're going to probably tap and go or kick it out. They will kick it out. And that could hit.
Oh, that's in.
And St. Augustine ball.
Jack Del Monte gets in, puts it down in his own try zone for the goal line dropout, I believe. Good decision there.
And a good run for Georgetown. They're going to have it pretty close to St. Augustine territory, the closest they've had it all game.
Oh,
Nice
gets
skip
hit.
pass, but they don't get too much out of it. They need to keep winning these rucks if they want to try and tie up the game. And that's what they're doing right now, and they're pushing it forward a few yards each time.
yeah. A lot of pick and goes.
Good tackling from St. Augustine, though. Still haven't really missed any tackles in this one.
Oh,
And a drop, but it was backwards.
good tackle by Jackson Kuzma right there. Not letting him go anywhere. Ooh.
Oh, and
Oh.
a huge tackle by
Jurgen.
Alex Jurgen.
Wow. Oh,
Nearly a turnover twice there. They keep it alive. That looked forward. And a great tackle out of bounds. St. Augustine will have it.
going to be another scrum here. St. Augustine scrum. Let's see if they can win this one.
And the scrum, some confusion here. Who's going to have possession? The referee talking to both sides. But it will be a Hermits scrum. They swing it out wide. They have numbers. Kuzma can't quite get it there. And a bad bounce. Goes out of bounds. Maybe a missed opportunity for the Hermits. It looked like they had numbers on the outside.
Yeah.
Line out is one. Again, it's not in the middle, though. They're really struggling, not only stopping the Hermits lineouts, but getting their own lineouts here. Another scrum for St. Augustine. Last time, it almost worked out for them. We'll see if they can correct the mistakes this time.
Ooh.
The skip pass goes a little too far, and it's kicked.
Knock
They're
off.
going to blow their whistle. Will be another line out, I believe. Or scrum.
Yeah, it looks like a scrum here.
St. Augustine wins the scrum and a
Ooh.
knock on from Jurgen. Good job picking it back up, though. It looked like he almost just let it bounce out of frustration, but he stops the play by picking it up.
Bad mistake there. Hopefully they can clean it up later on.
With yet another scrum.
Yeah, scrums.
They get taxing after a while. It's a lot of wasted energy.
This time, it's a Georgetown scrum. I believe the first one of the game, and a lot of movement in the scrum. They're going to give it to St. Augustine now.
Yeah.
The Georgetown coach seems pretty upset by that call.
Yeah, not too happy.
Tap and go. Del Monte, change of direction. He's trying to swing it out, but he can't. Wasn't wrapped up, but just went down anyway. And they're going to do the pick and go. And it's Luke Huber is just so big and hard to tackle there. Huber again with the stiff arm.
Ooh. Running people over. That's what he does. John McAllister doing the same.
Jurgen, great move. He breaks the tackle.
Breaks
Alex
through.
Jurgen.
What a run here.
With the biggest run of the game for the Hermits so far. Del Monte kicks it. He wants to run after it. Goes out of bounds. They caught up to it, but just hit the out of bounds line.
Yeah, close call there.
They win the line out. I believe either their first or second win on a line out of this game, despite a few tries.
Like
They're going to kick it. Nearly blocked. May have gotten a piece of it. Ernest struggles to get a hold of it, but breaks free.
That's going to be a try.
Peter Ernest, what a run.
There's no catching up to him. 19-0 here. Almost the end of the first half.
And Peter Ernest has the speed. He was juggling the ball for a little bit, but once he got control, he just took off, and there was no catching him.
Yeah. See if Jack Del Monte can knock this one down. That'll make the score 19-0.
Del Monte's kick
That one's
is
No
no
good.
good. Not a bad angle to take, but just couldn't get it to fall.
I thought that one went in from where I'm at. But
You may not have seen it on the broadcast, but it was close. Right, just right of the uprights. And the
Narrow.
kick goes out. Another line out for St. Augustine.
don't know how it's Georgetown's line out.
I believe they said it deflected off a Hermit, but
Oh.
interesting call. The crowd
Confusion
at St.
here.
Augustine doesn't like it.
Georgetown's having trouble throwing it down the middle in the lineouts. Very windy. Wind's picking up.
Going to make these lineouts very difficult.
Tipped. And Georgetown finally gets one.
Luke Huber.
And somehow broke the tackle. And back 10, this is probably the best opportunity that Georgetown's going to get in this one, or at least so far in this game. And they have it on the outside,
Oh, good tackle
tackled
there.
just in bounds, and a pick and go. They're within 5 yards here. They just need to capitalize.
Oh,
a great
Nick Scafidi.
deflection. Pushed back now. They're going to have to work their way back up. And an interception from
Jackson
Kuzma.
Kuzma.
And they said he was offsides. Did seem really close. It was hard to tell. The ref just couldn't let him have his moment.
A lot of frustration Jackson Kuzma's having.
And he probably would have been gone, too, if he had it. I don't think anyone was going to catch him.
Wow. Big call there.
A line out for Georgetown. Again, they're not too close to St. Augustine territory, but they are in their territory, kind of inching towards the goal line. And a knock on, I believe. It will be a scrum, and I think it's a Georgetown scrum.
Oh, no, St. Augustine scrum.
This is big for the Hermits if they can just get it here, and they'll probably end up kicking it to try and get it out of their own territory. Jurgen will keep it. And collision there.
Peter Ernest staying in. Good move.
Delmonte will kick it.
Good kick.
Gets it out of
Nice
territory,
bounce.
but room to run here for Georgetown. And a
Oh,
huge tackle.
My.
They're going to say it was high.
That looked like a textbook tackle.
Looked like McAllister might have just gotten there a bit late and went too high on the tackle. Kick goes into the parking lot. Georgetown line out. They've had it in this range for a while now and still haven't gotten a try, so we'll see what they can do. Oh, and he's picked up off the ground, but he gets pushed forward while in the air. And a good run for Georgetown.
Michael Bono Nice tackle there.
Like a back play.
This might be the last play of the half. I'm not positive. What was that? Looks like Dom Botto subbed in here. Sophomore, well-deserved spot on varsity. Hard worker, great talent.
He's
Very
improved so
dedicated.
much since his freshman year.
He really has.
Del Monte's kick stays in bounds. What a kick
Good bounce.
from Del Monte.
Dom Botto. Oh,
Backwards. St. Augustine has it in Georgetown territory, but Georgetown has the ball. We'll see if they try to kick it or try to get forward here. St. Augustine takes over, and they kick it.
looks like that's halftime. And yeah, we'll be back after halftime.
St. Augustine leads 17-0 after the end of the first half. Leading 17-0. We're back now in the second half. And the Hermits take the kickoff. And now Georgetown has it, and they got it pretty close in St. Augustine territory. Their kick goes out of bounds. And a line out here for some confusion here. I believe they'll actually scrum this rather than a line out. St. Augustine scrum. They have it deep into their own territory, so they'll probably end up kicking here. And a penalty on St. Augustine. That's huge for Georgetown. And they are inches away. Georgetown just needs to make sure they win these rucks. They're right next to the try territory. Just short, and they are going to give them the try. Georgetown with their first try of the game, 17-5 now, pending an extra point. That was a huge mistake for St. Augustine with the penalty in the scrum. They needed to win that and kick it out of bounds or get rid of it so that they could not have it in their own territory. And now Gavin Andre stepping into the commentator's box. This is a pretty big extra point for them. St. Augustine's missed 2 already. And the kick is good. A good kick there. It wasn't the easiest one to make. And now it's 17-7 St. Augustine Prep. Georgetown can't catch the kickoff, but they still have possession. They'll boot it away, and Del Monte back is going to run with it. He's a threat with the ball in his hands. And he gets a solid run. And a good run from Danny Francis. Picks up about 10 yards on that run. Del Monte getting picked up by his jersey. But now McAllister has it just past midfield. And a knock on as Ernest and Kuzma got in there, and Kuzma hit his head. He's down. The ref stops it. Kuzma is injured on the ground, grabbing at his head. Hope it's nothing serious here. We're going to go to a quick little break here before and hope that Jackson Kuzma's all right. We're back now. Jackson Kuzma's walking off under his own power. Hopefully nothing serious, and now we're back to game action. And it will be a scrum. It's a Georgetown scrum. They kick it deep to Del Monte. And a quick juke. Del Monte swings it to Logan Barrett. And he gets a good run. They push back McAllister.
They're having some trouble moving the ball forward. Looks like it will be a Georgetown scrum.
And the penalty now. St. Augustine still has it. Some confusion on the call here. But it is St. Augustine ball. They'll probably kick it out of bounds here. Jack Del Monte has it. And the Georgetown number 7 is still talking with the official, so not sure what's going on here, but it is actually a Georgetown scrum. So they have it here with decent field position, looking to get closer with a 17-7 deficit. And St. Augustine wins the scrum. Impressive win. And now Del Monte with a solid run. And back 10 for the Hermits. A kick out of bounds. Will go just over the fence, and it will be a line out for Georgetown. Just over the fence. Georgetown can't win their line out. Danny Francis has it. He gets a solid run. It's a big mistake for Georgetown. They have numbers now. St. Augustine 3-on-1, and Peter Ernest stays in bounds. And Ernest is still running. He's having himself a day. Del Monte, loses the ball. And that's going to be a knock-on. Looked like he wanted to kick it. In the Georgetown scrum now. But they just had a scrum and St. Augustine won it, so they need to correct that this time. And movement in the ruck, in the scrum, sorry. They'll do it again, and it's Georgetown once again with their scrum. And St. Augustine again wins the scrum. Francis goes to the offside. Cuts back again. Danny Francis cannot be stopped. He's finally brought down. He almost took the ball out of his hands. A low pass. And Sonny has it. Caught him off guard, and the ref's going to tell him to come back. Looks like even he wasn't expecting Scafidi to run there. Back 10. Del Monte will probably just kick it out of bounds here. He does. Ooh, and it hits the Corvette. The camera shot with the Corvette. Hopefully there's no dents. McAllister has it, the spin move. Danny Francis breaking tackles. Gets about a yard or two. St. Augustine almost waited too long. Francis trying to put his cleat back on. St. Augustine trying to get closer to the try line. Nick Scafidi with a decent run, and now Luke Huber's going to have it. Slowly but surely, St. Augustine getting closer and closer to the try line. McAllister, again, getting a few yards. As long as they win these rucks. And that's a huge mistake for the Hermits. Degnan fell, and I believe he dropped the ball. It looked like they were starting to move the ball, get it closer and closer, and then they lose it. Now it will be a scrum for Georgetown, and they're going to probably end up kicking it if they win the scrum. But St. Augustine's won the last two scrums, even though they've been Georgetown possession. And they win it again. Danny Francis tries to dump it off. He's hit hard. The ref bringing them back. May have been something illegal in the scrum there. Still a great effort by the Hermits and Danny Francis, though. And now, about 5 yards away from the try line, they need to try and win it again. But they're going to say back 10. And Georgetown will likely get rid of it and just kick it out of bounds. They kick it, and Ernest gets it. Turns around. Breaks a tackle, but can't get much more after that. And what a move by Del Monte. Jack Del Monte one-on-one. Jukes another move. But he's brought down almost out of bounds. What a run from Jack Del Monte. And St. Augustine getting closer to the try line. Can they convert this time? Big tackle on Nick Scafidi. McAllister dumps it off to Jurgen. Logan Barrett is brought down. And they reversed it the full length of the field. And it's stolen, but a knock on. Danny Francis just saved a near disaster for the Hermits. Forced a knock on. That could end up being the biggest play of the game for the Hermits. It looked like everyone was confused. The Georgetown player had the ball and had a lot of space in front of him, but Francis strips the ball and tackles him. And it will be a St. Augustine scrum. And now change of possession. Georgetown gets it just past the midfield. And down on the ground, I believe that's Alex Jurgen. Kind of hard to tell.
All right, well, Nick, I know you're by yourself, so I figured I'd hop on the mic. I saw your GV guys over there warming up for their game. 17-7? I didn't realize we had that kick.
Yeah, we had our first kick at the beginning of the game and then missed the next two, I believe.
Oh, fair enough.
Camera didn't show it, though, I don't think.
Well,
so.
I must have been running to get water or Gatorade, whatever it was, because I missed that. But I'll tell you what, I was a little more nervous than thinking we were only up 7. Now that we're up 10, so I'll take that. The game's getting chippy down there a little bit.
Yeah,
I was
and
taking some
Georgetown keeps scratching the surface, getting it pretty close to the try line, but making mistakes, and that's costing them the game right now.
Yeah, you don't get too many opportunities to get all the way down there. I mean, like I said, they only scored the one time, so it's not the highest scoring of games. So each trip down there is pretty valuable. And there's a little turnover, especially as you get close. I mean, this has some good kickouts, like or throw-ins deep in the Hermit zone. Actually, the one big thing, at least, that's been swinging in the Hermit's favor. And again, I don't know that much about rugby. Is the scrums. Like I feel like Georgetown's
St. Augustine has won the last 3 scrums.
Yeah, normally you win it when you're rolling the ball in, but Georgetown's been rolling the ball in, and the prep has been coming out with the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's rare to win against another team's possession of scrum, and St. Augustine just did 3 times in a row. Sorry for the it was Michael Bono actually that was injured, and now he's stretching out on the sideline.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's all right. May just be a cramp.
Did you think it was the other brother or was someone else?
No, it was hard to tell. I thought it was Alex Jurgen.
Okay. I was going to say, if you're debating between the Buonos,
yeah, then it would be hard
flip a coin
to tell.
Because I still can't tell.
Yeah. Alex Stefanelli goes down, and Scafidi needed help on the ruck. You got to help him out there.
At this point in the game, you figure just keep possession. The more you have the ball, the more Georgetown doesn't have it, and means they can't score.
Yeah, and the way they can do that is just keep giving it to their big guys, Luke Huber, John McAllister. Let them push forward for a few yards. You don't need the big play right now. You just need to keep possession of the ball, and that's what they're going to do. Huber is just going to push forward, and they need to win these rucks because that's the key right now. If they win these rucks, they can keep possession, and it's going to be almost impossible unless they just make a mistake, drop the ball.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I mean, that's what you said. The reasons, those big guys, the reasons they're winning those scrums, too. Like, you have Dagenham, Huber, McAllister. Ooh, good tackle
Big
there.
hit. And it's Sean Bono this time. Jukes out of bounds. Looked like he didn't really want to make a mistake there by turning it over, so he just steps out.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like a faded line, maybe a couple of yards, couple yards outside the line. I wonder if he maybe got confused.
Yeah, that happened to me before because a lot of times we do usually play to that second line on the outside, but I guess this game it's just the first line. Plus the flags are over there too, so and the pylon, which I think is kind of confusing these guys a little bit.
But you're right. I mean, if the Hermits are able to get the ball back, yeah, keep feeding those big guys. I mean, sure, it is not going to be fun to tackle Huber, Degnum, and
He's not
McAllister all
wrapped up.
game.
And this is it for Georgetown. You need a try here. If you score here, you get the ball back with another kickoff, and who knows? I mean, you'll have all the momentum, and that's a big tackle.
I'm going to think through this next. We're down here. Let's take the 3 and then see if we can't get it. I feel like I wouldn't. I feel like, hey, if you're close enough to the try, it's going to be hard to get that close to the try again. May as well try and get the try now, then get the 3 points to tie it up.
That's a great point because you can kick field goals in rugby. It's not very common, but if you do want to tie it up, you can kick a field goal here and hope that you score and get the conversion on the next one.
Yeah.
But it looks like, I'm guessing Georgetown's going to go for the win.
You know what I mean? Because I get it in the NFL sometimes when you're like 4th down, or 3rd or whatever. Hey, let's kick the field goal, get the touchdown the next one. Or let's get the touchdown here. Here, if you're 15 yards away, there's no guarantee you get 15 yards away from the try line again. So you may as well, go for the try. Worry about kicking that field goal to tie it up if the game's running low on time later. But, yeah, like I said, I had a feeling that I was going to throw that strategy out there and it really wasn't going to make sense, but
yeah, it's just not very common. Yeah, it's not very common. I don't think I've ever played against a team that has kicked a field goal in rugby, but it does happen sometimes. So Logan Barrett has it, and he has space. Barrett with a great run. He's still going. He needs blockers on the ruck.
Well, so how did we get to the 17 if we didn't kick a field goal?
The first one was 7, and then we missed 2, which is 5. So it's 7, 12, 17.
We got a 3rd try. That's what I missed. I thought I missed a field goal. I missed a try. I thought it was 40. Okay, I got you.
It was Degnan in 2, I believe, and then
no, like I said, you're probably right. I was running around helping the parents set up, so I probably missed it. Good point.
Physicality. It's getting heated in there. They need to keep winning these rucks. And now a change of possession. Georgetown has it, and it looks like they have numbers. And another change of possession. The Hermits have it. They're wrestling for the ball, but the Hermits have possession. Huber tried to dump it off, and it did work, actually. And it's a knock-on. St. Augustine turns it over. Back 10 now. It's going to be interesting to see what Georgetown does, where they kick it out of bounds, and that's what they're going to do.
Yes, I mean, like I said, it's still a pretty tight game, but yeah, it's kind of running low on Georgetown. We don't know exactly how much time, but we started pretty much at 4:30. So you figure 35 to 70, plus a 10-minute halftime. So plus any additional injury time, but you're getting close to that 70 minutes now. So you figure what, maybe 15 minutes left in the game?
Yeah, not too much time. Which does play into the fact that you might want to go for 3 here and then try and get the try, because I don't know if you have enough time to get 2 tries, especially with how their offense is moving. They haven't really had any big plays. They're kind of just they're kind of just getting their yards from St. Augustine turnovers. They aren't really moving the ball too much.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, the Hermits are able to pull this out. It's going to be a huge win, but they're still going to watch this film and go, "We could have played better." You know what I mean? They've made too many mistakes, turnovers, keeping a good team like Georgetown in it. When you don't want to. When you got a team like this, you don't want to let them in the game, because all of a sudden, boom, like that, they could kind of flip the score around on you. So you got to minimize those turnovers, and I'm sure the Hermits will want to get better for the next one. But this is a complete guess from Trainer Matt, it sounds like, because I texted him. He's down there on the sideline. I'm like, how much time we got left? You got any word from the players? He said maybe under 10. That doesn't sound real confident.
Yeah.
but maybe under 10 is our time.
It's kind of hard to tell, especially from down there.
Yeah.
But
And it's like the European soccer where they just they'll add on time and only
The injury
the referee.
timeouts,
Yeah, the referee's
yeah.
the only one who knows exactly how much is left.
Don Botto gives it to Logan Barrett.
Even the wings, you're talking about the Hermit size. Like you got Logan Barrett on the outside. Like this is another big guy that you
Yeah.
got to tackle for 70 straight minutes.
They don't have necessarily a guy that's just all speed. They're mostly just, even a guy like Peter Ernest. He's really strong, even as fast as he is.
Yeah. He's just like just the low center of gravity. It's like in football. He's the guy you don't want to go up in tackling drills with
Yeah,
because
exactly.
he's just so hard to get
And he's
lower
one of
than.
those guys that he'll run right at you, and you really don't want to have to make that contact because he could run you over or he could juke you.
What's the position of the guy that always pulls the ball out of the ruck?
That's the fly half,
Yeah, the fly half. So
and I believe out of bounds may have been called there. Georgetown is really upset.
Yeah, when I was walking around, taking pictures or whatever in the first half, in the beginning of the second half, I don't think either team really seemed super thrilled with the ref. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
But-
I've heard a lot of complaining from the sidelines, but I mean that's just the way it is in all sports,
Yeah,
especially if you're looking at Sixers versus Knicks series. I mean, both teams just complaining about the way the officiating's been.
You can never. It's never the ref's fault. You put yourself in a position to let the game be decided. As Dagenham breaks free.
Dagnan runs a man over, is down but loses the ball, and it's a turnover. Just got to be more careful in those situations. It was a great run by him,
Looks
but
like he called a knock on against Georgetown though. So I guess Dagenham lost it, but whenever Georgetown was picking him up, they must have knocked it on. It was a mass of bodies down there. I couldn't really see, but
yeah,
it looks like
it was.
the Hermits getting a little lucky there.
And I mean, at this point, if you're Georgetown, you really do need to get something going offensively because they haven't had much success and they haven't had any big plays. I don't think they've had a run more than 10, 15 yards. And you're running out of time here. You need to get something fast. And they have it on the complete other end in their own territory. So this could not go well. I mean, they're going to have to kick it and hope that they can force a turnover.
Yes, I mean you equate it to like football only because I know that more than rugby. But it's like you haven't, like you said, you haven't had big plays, so it's like a running team trying to get 2 scores down. Like you need to take the lid off the top, But Georgetown hasn't been able to really have those big explosive plays. That slow, methodical offense isn't going to work too much when there's only 10 minutes or so left in the game.
And a huge tackle there and a knock on, I believe they're going to call it. Georgetown has it here. This is your chance if you're Georgetown. And it's going to be a scrum, which they haven't been too successful with so far today. They've lost a few.
You get the option here, right? You could just take a kick
Yeah.
if you want. Like I feel like I would do the little foot tap thing and run.
Yeah, I love the tap and go because it catches the defense off guard. They're trying to move 10 yards back, and then once you do that, you kind of put them in a situation where it's like they either have to take a penalty or they have to like sprint back and not have a good position to tackle. So, but scrums are usually easier in 15s because of how many people there are on the field.
Yeah, it looks like they want it there, but the referee blows it dead. And
Maybe some movement in the scrum. It's going to be St. Augustine's this time. So, another mistake from Georgetown. I mean, when you look back at this game, both teams have done well in some aspects and struggled in others. St. Augustine has done really well in these scrums. I mean, I'm pretty sure out of the amount of scrums, which has been a lot in this game, they've only lost 1. And they've made mistakes down on their own end. So when it comes to Georgetown, Georgetown hasn't really had much success offensively, but their defense has been good. 17 points against a St. Augustine offense, which historically puts up
quick tap.
usually a lot more. Isn't bad at all.
No, these are 2 really good teams, but you said they've both been a little sloppy. Like, don't let that fool you. It's not like, oh, these aren't good teams. Hermits reigning state champs, however many times over, between 7s and 15s. Georgetown Prep beat the Hermits in a close one down in D.C. last year, which I know the Hermits were kind of kicking themselves for losing. So both of these are extremely good teams, but you're right. They've been sloppy at points today. And kind of which team's going to make a few less mistakes is going to be the one that wins it. So, I mean, hopefully the Hermits knocking on the door here, hoping to get that try, really kind of seal this game.
And even here, even if you don't get the try, just keeping possession and not losing the ball or getting a knock on, just making sure you hold on to the ball here and let the clock chew in these final few minutes, I believe it is. I mean, I don't think there's too much time left in this game. And a deep pass. Jurgen breaks free, and Jurgen gets a try. That will likely do it.
Yeah, not enough time on the clock for Georgetown Prep to really come back from that. So great outlet by Scafidi to Botto, who found Jurgen, and Jurgen just kind of made one guy miss and was home free. And so we'll bring it up to 22-7, pending the extra point kick. 2 extra point kick. Do they have a terminology in mind? Is that not right?
Yeah, this would make it 24 if they make it. I believe that looks like Scafidi kicking it.
Yeah.
And a quick one there. He's celebrating. Del Monte made the kicks earlier. Scafidi gets his own.
Yeah, so he did that one short. I don't think I've seen it that close before. I know it's like wherever you score from, you can go as close as far as you want from wherever you put it down. But I feel like he was real close. Like Gonzaga tried. I mean, not Gonzaga. Georgetown Prep tried to go ahead block that one. They were close. Graffiti could only take that half step and kick because of how close he put it.
Exactly. Once you get too close, they can still block it, and they got really close.
Yeah, I think it's on your first movement they can start running to try and block the ball.
Yeah, I believe so. But Scafidi was just so quick with it. He didn't take any gather steps or anything. He just kicked it and went right through the uprights. And because in 15s, when you score, you get the ball. So St. Augustine has the ball back. They're going to have it in their own territory most likely, though. So might want to kick it back to Georgetown or just hold on to the ball, try and end the game soon.
Yes, this, I mean, like I said, I'm expecting to be a good win for the Hermits. Especially, they have that close loss against Malvern.
Botto loses the ball.
Maybe I shouldn't
very close to the try line.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking like that for a minute. It was too close to a huge turnover and try for Georgetown.
And it will be a scrum. I believe it's Georgetown's because of the knockdown. Sorry. Yeah, and it will be. And they are really close to the try line here. I don't want to say it's over, but it would be very hard, even if they get the try here.
Yeah, Trainer Matt just texted me from down the sideline, said 2 minutes.
Yeah,
so
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
If they get one right away, then maybe they could figure something out, but looks like it's more than likely going to be out of reach for Georgetown.
Looks like an injury held it back. I can't quite tell who's down on the ground there.
I believe it's Luke Huber, which would be a big loss for the Hermits. And it looks like he's grabbing his arm. Kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, hopefully nothing too serious. Even if it ends his day today, hopefully he'll be able to be back. They have CBA next week. Do you know, is that the big one?
I'm not sure, but yeah, this is, I mean, especially for Luke Huber, that would be pretty devastating at the end of a game to get injured. And, I hope it's nothing serious. Hopefully it's just a collision or something, but
yeah, it would be hard to replace his size and strength in the middle. Let's see. So next up, next week is at Christian Brothers for the Hermits. Christian Brothers and Morris are two of the better teams in, New Jersey that could decide who's going to the state final. If they beat CBA next week, they should qualify for the state final no matter what happens on May 11th.
And Huber is up on his feet. But still, and I hope that's not the collarbone because I know what that felt like when I broke mine playing rugby. It was not fun at all,
Not
but
fun.
hopefully,
Is that why you're not out there this year?
yeah. Hopefully that's not what that is, but it does seem like
Yeah, hopefully, whatever. Maybe a shoulder popped out, pop it back in. Like I said, not much time left in the game, so I doubt we'll see him again, even if it isn't serious, just because of how little is left in the game.
and it will be a scrum. St. Augustine wins it.
Yeah.
And miscommunication. Oh, and nearly a try.
It's got to be a knock.
I don't
feel
think
like.
they can give him the try because there was no possession there.
Yeah, the ball was just kind of bouncing around. I'm just
Should
assuming,
be a knock on.
I'm just assuming the way the ball was bouncing. I feel like that usually indicates a knock on one way or the other.
They're going to give him the try.
Wow.
It's an interesting call. I mean, it didn't look like he had possession to place it, but I guess they said that he caught it off the bounce and put it down.
Was that a try? Because he did like a drop kick. Can you do a drop kick to kick the extra point?
Yeah, I mean,
All right,
I
fair
think so.
I
'Cause
didn't know.
that seemed like a conversion. I think that they gave him the try. I don't think they would be able to do a drop kick off of that if it was a knock on.
Yeah.
So I think that it has to be a try.
All right. Well, the Hermits are still up 10. Like you
And-
said, shouldn't be much time at all.
Now it's Georgetown ball, so they're going to get it here. If they can get a big play, then maybe they do have a chance, but it's going to be tough. They need 2 tries. And backwards, so it's not a knock-on, but
Ooh.
Degnan just shoves him in the ruck. They swing it to the outside, trying to get something offensively, and they may have numbers if they get it to the wing. They're going to cut up the middle.
Ooh.
Degnan can't bring him down, but has a hold of him.
It's like
He's fighting for a few more yards, and Danny Francis is down.
Yeah, looks like there's a guy with a knee on Georgetown too. So a couple injured players on the field.
Again, hopefully just a collision, but at the end of the game, you don't want to see guys getting injured, especially a significant injury, and that's going to do it. St. Augustine Prep, 24-14. Hopefully those guys are not injured, but a great win for the Hermits.
Yeah, good one for the Hermits. Like I said, avenging a close loss from last year. Like I said, another win on the way. The only blemish on the really record that I guess Xavier, but also that close Malvern Prep game. But they're really running into form, playing their best rugby as we head towards playoffs. Big one against CBA next week, their rival. That'll do it for us. Unless you got any final thoughts, Nick?
No, I was just going to say a great win for the Hermits. They pretty much, Georgetown didn't have enough explosiveness. I think that was the key to the game. They didn't have much offensively, and St. Augustine may need to fix a few things here and there when it comes to turning the ball over, but they did a great job on both ends, and it's a great win. Thank you for watching. I'm Nick Campanero.
One side note, though, Nick, for you, just because I'm looking at it, if you're worried about injury, that looks to me like Trainer Matt is trying to rub a cramp out of Danny Francis. So Danny looks like he's all right. But, yeah, like you said, that'll do it for us.
Nick Campanero.
Nick, along with Coach Brumel, and we will see you next time. All right, thank you. How old are you by yourself?